Hello there, peoples of the internet. It is your boy, as always, that Geek Guy 24, back at it again with another video. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers The Last Night Premiere Edition Optimus Prime. So here he is in his Western Star truck mode. And to start off all these videos, we're going to take a quick look at the packaging. Optimus Prime, Transformers The Last Night. It is yet enough Transformers Premiere Edition. See Optimus silhouette there, looking pretty cool. Wraps around the box quite nicely. We is a Voyager class Transformers Autobot logo right up there, which looks pretty cool. Top of the box, not much, some Cybertronian writing, which looks pretty cool. Bottom of the box, words, things, and barcodes. Side of the box, you have Optimus looking very heroic, as he always does. He is Optimus Prime, Earth's greatest protector. Yes. And here is Prime in his little obligatory product shots. You have some Japanese writing here, which can't read, but if you know Japanese, let me know. Also look out for Grimlock. He was there as well at the store, but I didn't get Grimlock. I just wanted Prime. Anyways, that's basically it for the packaging. So here is Optimus Prime as he appeared in The Last Night / Age of Extinction. So this is what he looked like, his appearance was. So let's go ahead and get down to it. So let's start off, I just want to get something out of the way really fast. As far as I know, I don't know any differences between this Premiere Edition and the main, like the regular standard release. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if there's any differences with the paint or anything like that. But if you do know, just let me know in the comments down below, because I generally have no clue. But besides, they all look the same. The paint, molding, everything looks the same. But if you know any differences, let me know in the comments, because I generally would like to know what's the difference between the Premiere Edition and the mainline. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at that front grille. Very nice, lots of nice silver paint. It has a blue stripe going down the middle, even a tiny little Autobot logo molded right in there. You can see some of that as well. The nice blue flames, really like that sparkly blue metallic going down to this to the side of the fender here. Western Star right up there. You have I believe the model of the truck. You have that. Some nice tinted windshields and windows. You have the window visor, I believe that's what it's called, painted in silver. The black for the rims, as well as a tiny little Autobot logo. See if the camera will focus. Not really. There you go. Tiny little Autobot logo. Black for the steps, Western Star, silver for the gas canisters. Some more of that nice blue paint as it fades into the blue, red, then the blue again, which I do quite like. I do always like that little contrast of paint there for this vehicle mode of Prime. Autobot logo right up top. The side exhausts here. I believe they're exhausts, I'm not quite sure. You have some more of the molded in Autobot logo rims right there. Western Star logo. Back of the truck, you have the 6 smokestacks, which looks really cool. See some exposed Autobot detail right there, but some exposed Optimus detail there, but it's fine. Back of the truck. Back of the truck looks quite nice. Some lights there, and it is pretty nice back. I will say, like most Optimus figures nowadays are kind of unfinished, but this one looks pretty cool. Looks complete, which I do quite like. Same thing on the sides, very nice. Here's the top, there's the bottom, pretty compact. As you can see, you can only see some invisible hands, and you kind of see where the legs kind of go, but not so much. Looks pretty cool. So he has 6 wheels. He does roll. It's very kind of unbalanced, but he does roll. All 6 wheels roll. I don't know how well you can see, but they roll quite nicely. Now for some comparisons. Here he is with the OG Earthrise Optimus Prime. So you can see how those scale together. And as you can see, Earthrise a little bit shorter than this Last Night Prime. See the vast differences there of the G1 and then what we currently used to have for mainline movie Prime. Here he is with the 05, the 5-pack, there you go, of Optimus. You can see it's very very unbalanced, but whatever. See some differences there in the trucks, odds and ends. What's going on there? And So some similarities, some odds, and some differences, whatever you like to call them. But there are those two trucks. Here he is with the OG Age of Extinction Galvatron, so you can see how these two scale with one another, and I think the scaling works pretty cool. It works pretty good in my opinion. You can see Galvatron is a bit shorter than the Last Night Prime, but see how they scale with one another. And I think that looks pretty good. Pretty darn accurate if you ask me. And then just because here he is with the Ultra Kingdom Ultra Magnus cab mode, so you can at least get a sense of scale there, so you can see how those two pair up. Here he is with Studio Series Age of Extinction Stinger, so you can see how those two scale together, and I think it works pretty good. I think they scale pretty good together in my opinion. I do quite dig that a lot. And last but not least, here he is with the Studio Series High Octane Bumblebee. I say Studio Series in quotation marks because this was a mold that they used in Age of Extinction days and they haven't updated it. So, but yeah, I think that works pretty good too. Pretty good. Words, pronunciate. Sorry. Here you have that. Now this Prime does have some weapon storage, as you saw in the box. He does come with a shield and his sword. For the shield, he just plug it in on the back of the trailer hitch right there. It stores pretty seamlessly. We're going to take a closer look at the details in vehicle robot mode, and the sword just stores right here. Just slide it in this little sheath right here. There you go. Stores up pretty nice, and it still rolls because on the turns the sword doesn't scratch. So there you have that. And as far as trailer compatibility goes, I know someone's going to be asking. I haven't tried, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get some trailers. So we're going to go ahead and try out some trailer compatibility here. Okay, so I have 3 trailers off to the side. I have Earthrise Leader Prime, Deluxe Dark of the Moon Prime, and the third-party knockoff of the third-party knockoff of the Dark of the Moon Optimus trailer. So I'm going to go ahead and get these set up here. First off, the third-party knockoff trailer. That port looks a little too big. Will it fit? Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, that port is just a little too big. It's not fitting in there, so that kind of sucks. Because it would have words enunciate. Sorry. I think it would have looked great with this trailer, but yeah, that's kind of sad that this doesn't work. So, put this off to the side. Next up, we have the Deluxe Optimus trailer. I don't think this is gonna work, but we're gonna give it a try. We are going to give it a try, peoples of the internet. Oh, that fits. That fits. Loosely, but it fits. Not so much. I mean, yeah, not really working out too great. Not really, not really. Last but not least, the Earthrise Prime trailer. I think this one might be a solid ace in the hole. Get it? Ace in the hole. I'm sorry. Ooh, that one actually fits pretty snug. Okay, let's see. It fits, but it looks goofy. So, there you have that. That looks really goofy. Yeah, those are all the trailers that I get out. Those are all the trailers that I have. So, yeah, this one was the only one that worked. Do I recommend it? No, this one is just a little too stubby as compared to the other ones, which are a tad bit longer. So, yeah, I mean, if you can find a trailer, I think he did come with the trailer. I'm not too sure, but yeah, if you can find one, go ahead. I mean, these don't work, but anyways, there you have that. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get down to the transformation of this figure. Now, he does have that kind of Last Night quality plastic feel, but anyways, go ahead and get the sword, yes, that is a sword. The sword out of there, the sword. Okay, so so one thing I do like to notate before we get started is he moves in chunks, so it's kind of parts former-y, but he transforms in such a way to where everything comes together pretty well. Nothing really is clashing into each other. like this stuff, like honestly kind of like the stuff we get nowadays where you have to like clearance and all that stuff, but I think it works pretty good. Anyways, first thing you want to do is untab this roof section here. As you can see, a little bit of a stretch mark right there, so I don't really like to tab it in, but for the sake of this review I did. So just bring it back on those series of hinges there, and you can see is it convertible now. That's great. Anyways, sorry. Undo the tabs like that. Let's get that cleared up. I'm sorry, my tongue is not working with me today. Anyways, come back to the front, split the hood and the front section of the truck, split that in half. Come to the back, split it in half, the trailer hitch anyway. And now we can go ahead and get started. So what you want to do is just compress these so they can get out of the way. And next you just want to untab the legs from the hips. I do quite like this little bit of molding here that they did, because to go around the actual silhouette of the truck, so it's kind of nice that they did that. Swing this out just like so. This tab in right up in here. See that tab right there. So it's going just something to notate when going back into truck mode. And then you can start bringing the legs down, and he is a jumbled mess. I need to raise the camera up. Give me one quick second here, people still have the internet. There we go. So next you just want to kind of start exploding him. Basically, it does quite kind of exploded, but next thing you want to do is just bring the legs forward like so. Make sure like the hood is facing you. Bring this section down. That's going to be a skirt piece. Then flip these inward like so. The next you just want to come back here, untab the foot from the gas tank just like so, bring it around, tab that in, and then do the same thing on the other side. Untab, swing it around, and tab it in just like so. Now for these pieces you're going to want to, let's see if I can get a decent grip because it's weird. I'm going to want to come to this tab here. Don't break it, untab it, and then kind of move it around a little. That's one thing I don't like about this figure, is how I'm pretty sure over time this little silver bit will come like faded away because just how many times I'll transform it. But you want to like kind of finesse it over that little red tab right there. Same thing on the other side. Finesse it. There you go. Oh, that made no contact. Perfect. So I'm going to bring them both up like so. And then you just want to rotate them at the ball joint down here, and then just tab it in right up in there. You can see a tab in the slot just like so. Tab in the slot. There you go, and there you have the legs fully transformed for this Prime. So yeah, there you have that. So next you just want to come to this whole mess right here. Bring the arms out so you have some clearance. Bring the roof forward. Just push these in to where they click, and then you want to rotate at the waist just like so, 180, and then you just want to bring this back for now. Leave it alone for now because we're going to get to finishing that, because that'll probably come untabbed as we finish transforming it. Now let's see what we're going to do. Let's see, just bring the arms forward to where the silver is facing you. Next, you just want to bring down the chest, untab the shoulder pieces from here, swing them around so they will sit flush like that. Same thing on the other side, just like that. Then you want to rotate the arms once again to where the silver is facing you. Then you kind of want to come. Ow, my tongue doesn't work. Anyways, gonna come to these series of hinges here. They see that little, you can't see what I'm doing, a little tab right there. Just tabs in like so. Same thing to the other side. Tab that in like so. Just kind of like to do the splits on me. Next, you're just going to want to bring the head up like so. Bring the chest, push it in, bring out his pecs so you can get proper pec action. There's like these little tabs here, but they don't really secure too well, so it's up to you. But come on, tab it in. Tab it in. There you go. And then next for the back, if it hasn't done it for you already, just like kind of have these symmetrical to each other. So these two slots here will just kind of like sit over those. They don't clip in super well, so one thing I don't like about this figure, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So after getting all that situated, there you go. There is the Transformers Last Night Premiere Edition Optimus Prime in his robot mode, and he looks great in my opinion. He looks freaking-tastic in my opinion. I do quite like how this figure turned out. So that being said, let's go ahead and get closer on some details. See the face of there? Pretty nice. Focus, camera, focus, camera, focus, camera, focus. There you go. Kind of, sort of focus, whatever. Have some nice details going along the face. Could have used a little bit more paint in my opinion, saying that this is a premiere edition, but it looks pretty cool. Pull up the camera, my bad. Have some nice blue there for the eyes. The eyes are very prominent despite the molding. That's one thing that kind of threw me off when I first saw this. I was like, ooh, the eyes are like really big, but for how much detail the face has, it kind of makes sense. Some silver there for the mouth plate. So more of the continuation of that metallic, nice sparkly blue. The chest looks amazing. It's very nicely painted all in paint. Painted all in paint. That makes sense. Painted all in silver, which looks really nice. Shadows casting right over to where it has a nice mechanical effect. I do quite like it. The arms there is done in silver. Some nice blue there. Of course, you have the crotch plate, I guess, skirt, whatever you want to call it, done in blue and silver, which looks pretty cool. The little flakiness of the blue continues with the pecs. Tiny little Western Star logo right up in there. See if you can get that. Just like so. Of course, you have these giant smokestacks, looking really good, very prominent. With a gray for the legs. Kind of wish they were painted, but whatever. Some nice silver for the shins. Some of that I don't know what you would call this. Some light gray plastic, which looks kind of cool. Looks good. Then you have some of the robot kibble just kind of hanging out back there, but we'll get to talking about that in a bit. But overall, it looks really cool in my opinion. I do quite like how this figure turned out. So for some articulation, the head is on a ball joint. You don't get too much wiggly waggly, just like a little bit. Head can look up about that far, down only about that far. If you want to, you can just undo the chest here, then have him looking down a little bit more to where he's looking at his, I don't know, something like that if you want to. It's up to you. The arms are on swivels to do a full 360. They kind of collide with the back kibble, but it's alright. The arms can move in and out. The shoulder pads are on a just a little series hinge, so they can rotate, do whatever you want. They can go up and down, you can move with the shoulder, and like I said, do whatever you want. The elbows can bend a little over 90 degrees, which is quite nice. Nothing at the wrist, which always they definitely had enough space for a wrist rotation. I don't know why they didn't include a wrist in there, but it is what it is. It does have a waist rotation shown in transformation. It does rotate full 360. Very nice. The legs can do pretty good kicks. Backwards, not so much, just due to all the cable back here. And I like how the skirt is just small enough to where it doesn't lift up with the legs. I've always like that about Transformers, when they have just enough clearance for the skirt so it doesn't like kick or flap up with the legs. But due to not really due to transformation, due to the leg kibble, you only get about that much of a leg bend, just like I said, just due to all the kibble, and that's with the thigh sitting straight up. But that's pretty much all you're getting, and not getting a whole lot, which kind of disappoints, but it's okay. And nothing at the feet, just kind of due to how it transforms. If you want to, you have a little bit of a rotation, but not too much. But there you have that. You just kind of have a balancing issue, to where there's a kind of, if you could see the feet, then you can see like the tip of the toes are not touching the table. They're just like wobbling back and forth. But it is what it is. So you have that. So for the weapons, he does conclude his sword and shield. If I like stumble on my words, I'm not even gonna bother with it anymore. My tongue isn't working today. I don't know why. But he has his shield. That's a shield. That's a shield. God damn it, that's a shield. He has a sword cast in that light gray plastic painted over in orange. And not to my taste, not really. The molded detail looks really cool. I like the mold. I just don't like how it's orange. I mean, I don't know, it's just weird. Same with the shield. I don't like how it's just all spark blue, but it looks kind of cool. But some nice molded details in there as well. Looks really cool. I wish there was a way to like store them like this, but whatever. As far as storage for the sword goes, pretty sure you saw in the vehicle mode, it has a little sheath back there in the back, so you just slide it in, drop it in just like so, and now he has a properly sheathed sword. Now for the shield, yeah, there's like nowhere you can put this, unfortunately. Seems like you just took it off somewhere to the side, but kind of wish the shield had a place to store on Optimus, but it's fine. But of course you can give him the sword and the shield here, which looks really, really cool. Very happy to have it primed with a what is it called? The Sword of Judgment, I believe that's what it's called. But there you have that, which looks really spanking cool in my opinion. Do quite like how this looks. So there you have that. Looks really, really cool in my opinion. Do quite like it. Like I said, that's the only reason I wish he had a wrist flotation is for the sword. Just kind of kills it, to be honest, but it's alright. You still got him. Oh, I forgot to mention, he does include some butterfly joints just for transformation, but if you want to, you can give him some nice butterfly joints. So there you have that. As always, it's yours. Do what you want with it. Now for some comparisons. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime. Here he is with 07 Optimus Prime. And just because we're going to get a little group shot here of the big three. See if we can get them all in one frame. There we go. We got the big three. The G1, 07. Then you got the last night, which you can see the evolution of the Primes. So there you have that. Here he is with Albino Prime, or not armored Magnus, or whatever you like to call him. Here he is with Age of Extinction Galvatron, and I think that works pretty well in my opinion. I mean, he's a little bit taller than Prime is, which is good. He's supposed to be a little taller, but I think that works out pretty good. Here he is with Studio Series Stinger. You can see how that works out, and I think that works out pretty well too. And last but not least, here he is with his brother-in-arms, High Octane Bumblebee. So you can see how those two work out. I think that works out pretty good. Not bad at all. So there you go, peoples of the internet. There is the Transformers The Last Night Premiere Edition Optimus Prime. And yeah, I think it's a really, really good figure in my opinion anyways. It looks good, feels good, kinda. Posing, it's a little below average, but it's doable for its time. But honestly, I think it's great. Should you get one? Yes. Should you get one for 60 bucks? No. This is definitely not worth the 60 bucks. Honestly, the highest I'd go is probably 35, 30. But besides all of those quirks that it has, I think it's a good figure. If you want a Last Night Prime and you can't really find I don't know, for some reason you can't find the Studio Series one anywhere, this is a good stand-in. I like this one a lot. It's good. I mean, molding, it's good. Posing, not great, like I said, but it's still a good figure in my opinion. I do quite like it. Overall, I'll give this one a solid 9 out of 10 in my opinion. So that's basically it. So subscribe if you have not already. Turn on those notifications so you can stay tuned on what is to come, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Stay safe until all are one. And I will do a kibble fix video on this because there is a fix for it, and I'll do it. I promise. All right, guys. Peace out till all are one.